Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. The drug crisis is escalating in the Northwest Territory's largest Indigenous community. Now, Behchoko's chief is getting ready to mobilize people to take on drug dealers. The CBC's Sarah St. Pierre reports on what the crisis looks like now and what people see as potential solutions.
The drug crisis in Behchoko is getting worse. Leaders in the community are seeing it themselves, and they're concerned drug trafficking has gone too far.
Because these people are doing it in daylight, broad daylight. They're coming and going, And so we need to meet it with force, in my view. And I am looking at, again, whether I can declare a state of emergency and to banish people.
People in the community say they're seeing prostitution, elder abuse, theft, and even children being sent to run drugs. There's also concerns that vulnerable people's homes are being taken over by drug dealers. As far as what's actually in the drug supply, here's what we know. According to public health officials, the most consumed illegal drug in Behchoko is crack cocaine, but wastewater testing shows a lot of other illicit substances, like potentially deadly opioids.
People may be buying straight opioids, but typically what we've seen is more that the cocaine is contaminated. And so if they're not aware and they're using a stimulant, they may experience an overdose and not be prepared. So the best advice for Behchoko is you don't know what's in your drug supply.
Public health doesn't track non-fatal overdoses at the community level, but it confirmed that over roughly the past 5 years, 110 visits to treatment centers have been from Behchoko residents. Some of them have been from Jordan Wanaze. He moved to Calgary for better supports after going there for treatment for the third time earlier this year.
Yeah, you have a choice to pick up or not, but it's just the boredom. Well, for me, it was the boredom. So when you get back to Behchoko, you have no housing support or programs, you just put being homeless or staying with family members or friends, couch surfing.
Now Wanaze is doing construction safety training and wants to help others get sober. Everyone recognizes that healing is an important part of addressing the drug crisis, but the chief of Behchoko also wants to do something about drug trafficking itself. Some of her ideas include a security force, neighborhood watches, and banishment.
We could do so much things. I have a lot of ideas, and it doesn't need to be big. But community people need to feel they're part of the solution and part of the action group that's going to, work together to combat this issue. These are our own people.
Another thing that could help is some legislation that the territory has been working on. The Trespass Act, scam legislation, and the Civil Forfeiture Act could make it easier for authorities to intervene when there's suspected trafficking.
Yeah, there's more that needs to be done, especially from health and social services and housing, to help improve the situation in small communities. But that legislation is a tool that we can use to help clean up our communities.
For now, though, the chief doesn't want to wait. She expects to start community engagement for her strategy in September. Sarah St. Pierre, CBC News, Yellowknife.
You just heard from Behchoko's chief about the drug problems in her community. Here's more from Chief Bertha Rebescazo about what she's facing.
Nobody is taking on the drug dealers at all. The police are doing what they can, but the bigger drugs is a lot of times where they're focusing, right? And traffic. Heavy traffic in by itself is not enough to convict. Understand that. And so because nobody is taking on the drug dealers in our community, and I'm sure every community, I'm taking it on as a chief. Understand the risk associated with that, but somebody has to. And so I need to mobilize and plan on how I'm going to do that.
Do you feel like you have the resources available to do all this?
No. There is no resources to combat drug dealers. And by declaring a state of emergency, I really don't know what that would entail. So we need to look at that, whether that's something that both governments are prepared for, but just in general, what does that mean? If a community declares a state of emergency, for natural disasters like wildfires, yeah, that can be easily done because it's in legislation, but for drugs and all the drug problems we're having in our community, what would that mean if I declare a state of emergency? That's what we need to look at.
Do you think people feel safe right now?
No. That was one of the things that people kept telling me last year during the election. They don't feel safe.
Behchoko is a lawyer. She says she understands what kind of evidence police need to prosecute drug traffickers. As you heard, she believes police are doing what they can. She also recognizes that healing will have to be a big part of the picture. The Northwest Territories' latest education performance report is highlighting a huge problem in the system that's been happening for years. The CBC's N.W.T explains.
More than half of the students here in grade 10 in the Northwest Territories are repeating the grade. That's according to the Territories' latest performance report on education. For the 2024-25 school year, the government says that 56% of students were enrolled for at least the second time. See, unlike in earlier grades, grade 10 students need specific course credits to graduate high school. They've got to hit a minimum of 100 credits to graduate, and some of those credits start in grade 10. And when many aren't able to pass the course and get those credits, it creates what some are calling a bottleneck.
That bottleneck in grade 10 where students often have to repeat courses, especially core courses like language, arts, science, math, humanities courses. It's due to that kind of change, but it's also due to the fact that attendance is really important.
That last part plays a huge role too. The Territories report says students on average miss more than 1 day of school per week. Rita Mueller says she's nervous for the students for this coming school year. Others say it's a big alarm bell.
Out of grade 10 enrollments, 56% across the territory are re-enrollments.
Yellowknife MLA Shauna Morgan took to social media when the education report came out last month. And when we spoke to her, she said students will sometimes have to re-enroll for years. Some never pass and eventually drop out.
It does seem that it's a very sudden, almost a cliff that people face in grade 10.
This cliff isn't new. Canada had pointed out this problem in the territory years ago. When the Auditor General issued a report on the Northwest Territories education system in 2020, it noted almost 40% of students in grade 10 were repeating the grade. Now, the Territory's most recent figures say 56% of grade 10 students were repeating the grade. The Auditor General blamed the Territory for social passing students. That means keeping kids with their same age group rather than having them repeat a grade. And it's been a subject of controversy for years. Even now, students in our own legislative assembly are talking about it.
Mr. Speaker, I believe that we should abolish social passing beyond grade 4.
In an email to CBC News, a spokesperson for the Education Department says the Territory doesn't social pass students. It does something instead called a peer group placement. Essentially, a teacher in a support group can make a recommendation, and parents or guardians can decide whether it's best to have their kid move along with the same age group or have them repeat a grade. And despite concerns, some still see the importance in that.
They're important so that students feel safe, that they're, with their friends as they're going through the school system.
The Territory's education minister was not available for an interview for this story, but her office says the government realizes this is a problem and is committed to improving student success. N.W.T, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is back in Washington, hammering out a potential trade deal with Donald Trump's top trade official before the Friday midnight deadline. Canadians are closely watching what the trade-off will be for tariff relief, and Manitoba's premier says Canada should be ready to push back harder. Ashley Burke has the latest.
Minister Dominic LeBlanc back in Washington, ironing out the details of a potential deal with Donald Trump's team.
Canadians expect us to get a deal that's in the economic interest of Canada and Canadian workers. We're very close. We continue to make progress, and we're going to stay here and do the work that's necessary until we get to that point.
I think we should fight. I think Donald Trump is very weak. I think America is weaker.
Back home, Manitoba's premier says Canada should push for a better deal.
You can't make a good deal with a bad person, because who's to say that's not going to be undone?
Wabkanu says the Prime Minister didn't tell premiers how much Trump's willing to lower his tariffs and worries Canada could lose its leverage if it puts American booze back on the shelves, like Mark Carney asked.
I wouldn't say that he was begging us, but what is a step before begging?
Quebec's premier also hasn't decided if she'll do it or what she thinks of the potential deal, even after speaking to Carney again.
He called me and we had a long conversation, and he had answers to my questions. So we are now analyzing.
As trade talks continue, polling shows there's not a lot of public support for concessions.
That feeling of betrayal, I don't think is really left. And so there's not a lot of appetite for anything that doesn't get us back to the kind of relationship we had before.
If a deal is signed, it will be up to the Prime Minister to try and sell it to Canadians, and Mark Carney has a lot at stake. He was elected on a promise to stand up to Donald Trump, so this could be one of his biggest tests yet. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
As you just heard, Prime Minister Mark Carney has asked premiers to put American alcohol back on the shelves. All provinces and territories except Alberta and Saskatchewan removed it in response to Donald Trump's trade war. And that's been a major irritant for U.S. officials negotiating a trade deal with their Canadian counterparts. But if American booze does end up back on store shelves across the country, will Canadians buy it? Thomas Dagla tackles that question.
More than a year after many provincial liquor stores pulled U.S. booze off the shelves, those bottles could soon be back in stock. Newfoundland and Labrador's premier says the request came straight from the Prime Minister.
He asked all of the provinces, as a sign of good faith, would we put U.S. liquor back on our shelves, and we all agreed.
But publicly, not all premiers have been so definitive. Of all the provinces that announced a U.S. booze boycott last year, most now say they're willing to consider dropping it to get better trade terms with the U.S.
When the time comes to execute that, I think it's very important that we've got a consensus on that. We move forward.
Quebec's liquor board is storing millions of dollars worth of American products in warehouses, while the premier considers Ottawa's position in trade talks with Washington.
It is possible that we put back the alcohol on the shelves of the SAQ, but we need first to have the analysis.
In Calgary, manager Matt Stortz is sharing what he's learned after Alberta allowed his store and others to keep stocking U.S. alcohol all along.
Just because provinces can buy the product doesn't mean it will sell.
Just ask buyers in Ottawa.
Regardless of whether it comes back on the shelves or not, I still wouldn't drink it.
Or in St. John's.
We got plenty of good alcohol here in Canada, and they've proven not to be our friends unless it's to their advantage.
Many Canadians say they're in no mood to buy American liquor, while others say they'd enjoy it if they could.
I like bourbon. Yeah, I don't really think much past that.
To all Canadians, Manitoba's premier is making this plea.
Leave it there. If we put the booze back on the shelves, don't buy it.
Assuming a deal comes through, restocking shelves everywhere could take weeks. Some tastes have already changed for good. Thomas Dagg, CBC News, Toronto.
We're learning new details about another Trump administration irritant, the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge. There are allegations that representatives of the nearby Ambassador Bridge aggressively pursued some truck drivers to keep their business. Emma Loop has those details from Windsor.
Aggressive. That's how the Ambassador Bridge's pursuit of trucking clients during the delay in opening the Gordie Howe Bridge is being described by an industry group.
We are aware that the Ambassador Bridge has been aggressively reaching out to trucking companies over the last several months, especially as the uncertainty over the bridge opening continued to be an issue.
CBC Windsor contacted several Canadian trucking companies to see if the Ambassador Bridge had approached them with toll rate offers. Most didn't answer, and those who did said they couldn't discuss private business agreements. But in a now-deleted Facebook post from late July, a union that represents FCA transport drivers in the U.S. said don't take the Gordie Howe Bridge because the company has a deal with the Ambassador Bridge bridge that saves them $240,000 per month. Stellantis, which owns FCA Transport, declined to comment on proprietary information, but said it's looking forward to using the new span. The union for the FCA drivers didn't respond to a request for comment. Neither did the Ambassador Bridge. But toll rates and revenues were a big part of the political saga around the opening of the new bridge. The deal to finally open the $6.4 billion Gordie Howe Bridge, which Canada paid for in full, gives the U.S. government the power to block the new bridge from lowering tolls below the average of comparable regional crossings. And President Donald Trump has been accused of trying to halt the opening of the new span to benefit the Maroons, political donors who own the Ambassador Bridge and who have spent millions trying to stop any new competition. Schoen said the Trucking Association isn't exactly sure what the Ambassador Bridge was offering trucking companies, just that it was around retention. But in any case, he said they support healthy competition that can lower toll costs during a tough economic period. Emma Loop, CBC News, Windsor.
It's been a tense year for whooping cranes in Wood Buffalo National Park. Parks Canada says a few nests were abandoned because of an encroaching wildfire this summer. And several nests didn't successfully hatch chicks because of the drought from the last 3 to 4 years. The drought affects the birds' food in the wetlands.
And so when the water levels are low, that means that a lot of the prey species they go after aren't there, and they have to range further afield to go look for sufficient habitat to be able to get that food. So for one reason, that means that they're expending more resources to fly around looking for food. That means they're away from the nest for longer, which increases also the chance of predation of eggs.
Parks Canada says there are 40 whooping crane chicks in Wood Buffalo National Park this year, and that is within the success range they've seen since the 90s. The birds should start migrating to Texas in mid-September. And it's shaping up to be a record-breaking year for snowshoe hares in Yukon's Kluane region. That's according to researchers from Thompson Rivers University. After more than 5 decades of tracking, one of the lead researchers says it's a surprise to see such a booming number of hares, and the impacts on the ecosystem are far-reaching.
By next summer, there's going to be lots of predators roaming the landscape. They're chock-a-block full, basically, of lynx and coyotes, and we're going to start to see the snowshoe hares disappear as those predators start to do some damage to the numbers of that exist.
The researchers continue to closely follow the population growth. They say they'll have a snowshoe hare census report in September. Residents of Nunavik have a new community space built by locals. The multi-use training center officially opened on Tuesday. It has a dedicated employment training space, council chamber, and accommodation for trainers from out of town. 9 Inuit were part of the construction as part of an apprentice training partnership. The Kativik regional government hopes this new facility will bring new skills to the region.
It's an opportunity to be able to have locals join into the trainings that are offered by Kativik Regional Government, Sustainable Employment, and also any other regional trainings that are offered within the regional organizations.
Gangneksuk's facility is the second to open in the region. A third one is set to open in Evuyavik next year. The Kativik Regional Government hopes to open centers in 3 other communities in the near future. It's a well-known little secret in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, a used bookstore that opens in the evening and doesn't close until its last customer decides to leave. The shop recently became the subject of a documentary called The Bookstore That Never Sleeps. Cassidy Chisholm brings us that story.
While other shops are closing up for the day, this one is just opening.
What time are you guys open till?
At least 11.
11?
Or later. But if there's still people coming in, I will stay open as long as they want, literally. I've been here till sometimes 2 in the morning.
Elizabeth's Books in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia keeps unique hours. It opens in the evening and closes only when the last customer leaves.
I get frequent compliments on the hours because there's nothing else open. They see the lights on here and they come in, and They're not in any rush. They've got time to look around and chat. So I've met a lot of people from all over the world, and I've had very good conversations with them, which is not something that happens really in the daytime.
One of those people was Justin Zoris, a filmmaker based in Atlanta, Canada. He stumbled across the bookstore several years ago after working late one night, beckoned by the light glowing into the street.
You'll never find a bookstore anywhere in the world like this. Chris is such a special individual, and he has so many stories, and you could sit and listen to stories for hours. He also listens to you, so you can come inside and talk about what books you want to read, or maybe you can talk about what's happening in your life.
That connection is what inspired him to make a documentary about Webb's storied life and what led him to the quiet ownership of a late-night bookstore.
The title of the film was The Bookstore That Never Sleeps, so automatically you're thinking, okay, it's a nighttime bookstore, and it's quirky and it's odd, but there's so many layers and so many messages within the film. It covers grief, it covers mental health, it covers the importance of physical spaces.
There are approximately 40,000 books.
The film premiered at the Oscar-qualifying Doc Edge Festival in New Zealand this summer, where it was nominated for Best International Short.
Congratulations with your documentary, I can understand.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much.
While Webb has seen the documentary, he says he won't be going to any public showings.
Well, because I have agoraphobia. That's one of the reasons I open the evening, because I get uncomfortable if there's too many people in here. I'm happy when there's just 2 or 3 people in here. That's what I like best.
He says he doesn't expect people to flock to his store after seeing the documentary, but for those who do come to visit,
I'm hoping that they will feel that they would be welcome to come in here, and then I would talk to them.
He just wants to be here for the community and the people that walk in, and I think you can't buy that. That's something that you can't replicate. You can't put that in a jar and sell it. There's only one Chris, right? So I think that's what makes the experience very unique and special.
Cassidy Chisholm, CBC News, Halifax.
If there's a food item you love that others might find odd, you might be able to find it in Iqaluit this weekend. The Kayaktukvik Community Food Center is organizing a food festival they call What's That? The event organizer says it'll be an opportunity for people to exchange dishes they love. And a food he loves is moldy cheese.
I love Roquefort. Roquefort is moldy cheese, and it's so good. I just love it. And I know others have a lot of trouble eating mold.
Iqaluit residents who have a treat to share or just want to expand their palates can come by the food center on Saturday at 1 p.m. Looking for love in the north can be challenging. There are small populations, lots of people you know. That's why one woman in Inuvik, N.W.T. is taking her search countrywide. She's applied for the dating show Love is Blind Canada.
Our landscape is beautiful. All my friends are up here, but the dating pool is filled with my relatives.
Truly northern. That is part of the video Tanya Grubin submitted for her casting application. The premise of the show is to date dozens of singles, fall in love, get engaged, all without laying eyes on one another.
You know what? If I have to go on a show to meet someone unrelated that might want to date, I'll try that. And I'm 53. It's hard for me to meet anybody up here with my own with values and morals that match mine.
Grubin says casting is open until November. Hopefully, she'll find out about her prospects then. And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. We leave you tonight with video of the second last Haines Junction Farmers Market. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a good night.